Here is everything you need to know about the 2022 BMW M240i. If you're new to my channel, my name is Denver. I'm a client advisor here at Parkview BMW in Toronto, Canada. And today, I'm going to walk you guys through everything you need to know about the brand new second generation G42 platform M240i. Now, this car is all brand new, completely redesigned from last year. So BMW had the first generation, the F22 2 Series, and now we have the G42, the second generation 2 Series, with massive differences all across the board, huge upgrades, and honestly, it was well deserved for the 2 Series, and I think this car is absolutely fantastic. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to tell you guys all the changes from the last generation 2 Series to this new generation 2 Series. I'm going to give you guys an in-depth look at all the standard features for the vehicle, as well as an in-depth look at all the possible packages that you can include under the vehicle, all the optional paints for the exterior, option interiors, basically every way that you can price out of this vehicle and option it for a factory order. I'm going to show you guys what the ordering guides looks like, what the special launch edition HEA specs are like. Basically, I'm going to give you guys everything that you absolutely need to know about the brand new 2022 M240i. The first thing that I like to do is talk about the differences from the last generation to the new generation. If you didn't notice, the whole body on redesign, and it is way more aggressive. Like, I found the last 2 Series was cool, it was a great car, I absolutely loved it, but it was pretty slim. It was smaller than the 3 Series, that was the point, and it kind of like, the side of the body just was like flush. Like all along the bottom here, it was just like straight down. You now have wide fender flares at the front here. The rear fender flares are so big and so boxy at the back that you can instantly tell from the photos or the videos or anything like that. Another difference is the mirror caps. You now have the M mirror caps with the wing coming out from the side. Redesigned headlights, redesigned grille. One thing I love about the grille is compared to all of BMW's grille, it's the only one that the active air vents, when they're open, now look like to traditional slats. BMW has the traditional slats on the vehicles with active air grills behind the grills. This is the only one that the grill is integrated into the active air flaps for better aerodynamics and cooling. 10 different stages that grill can open up, and when it's fully opened, it looks like your traditional kiddie grill, extra wide. Only one in BMW's current lineup with that grill, as well as the headlights. It's the only one that doesn't have the double halo headlights for each unit. Every other BMW, you basically have 2 halo headlights on either side of the vehicle. This one has a singular one, which was brought back from, or retrofitted from, not retrofitted, but like inspiration from the 2002 BMW before the 3 Series even began, had a single headlight on each one. Now they're new with adaptive LED headlights. Nice kind of halo design that's similar for how the 3 Series and the 4 Series are right now. And gold put into the headlight, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. Now, besides the exterior body design language change from last generation to this generation, there's been some significant mechanical upgrades. The B58 in this engine, which is coupled on top of this beefy power dome on the hood. The new M3 and M4 didn't even get the power dome, so the fact that the M240 got it, I think, is pretty darn cool. Now, the B58 engine is 67 more horsepower than it was on the last generation. Last generation, you're looking at 335 horsepower out of that 3-liter turbocharged engine. Now you're up to 382. It's no longer detuned versus the M340 or last generation's 340 to 240 or 440. It's literally the same power output as an M340 and M440. They all have that 382 horsepower. The next thing, mechanical-wise, that you can't see, limited slip differential in the rear end. So you have an LSD in the back to help with that traction, rear-wheel drive handling dynamics. The last gen M240 was basically all-wheel drive, and you couldn't really tell where the power was coming from. With this one, you can certainly feel the rear end, that wheel slipping, and going around corners, feels planted, but you can also drift it a little bit. Now the brakes as well. Bigger front brake calipers as well. The wheels seem to have a bit of offset. One thing I never liked with the last 2 Series was the wheels were always like straight flush. Not necessarily the offset, but like the concaveness of the wheel design. Now you have some depth to the wheels, which is really nice. We have a floating caliper in the rear because BMW moved over to the electronic parking brake system, like in the new 3 Series and 4 Series. Interior hasn't massively updated. I mean, it does look like the 3 Series and the 4 Series, but that's exactly what the last generation 2 Series did. It's bringing all that awesome elements into a smaller, tighter chassis at a better price point. The sunroof no longer has the manual shade. It's a larger sunroof with a full power shade as well. One thing I like that they did for the exterior is the high gloss black side skirts. On the other vehicles, you only see that on the new M3 and the M4 that was introduced, so it's pretty cool to see it on the M240. For the first time on the M2, you also have, or the M240 now is available from the factory to add an adaptive cruise control, head-up display, as well as the parking assistant with the 360 camera. So none of that was available with the last generation. So it is now on par technology-wise. There is nothing missing from this car that you can't get in a current M340 or M440. The only thing that I would say would be missing that I've noticed is Advanced Driver Assistance Package. With this, you can only add in the active stop and go cruise control, and you can't get the traffic jam assistant, which I noticed you used to be able to get on the 330, but was restricted. So I'm not sure if that's just due to current factory restrictions. Maybe in the years as the microchip shortage gets better, they'll bring in the full Advanced Drivers Package, or it'll just be active stop and go cruise control. It's really hard to tell with how the current factory restrictions are at this moment. Now, paint options have changed a little bit, interior options have changed. On the inside, we're now up to Vernasca leather with Sansatech as the base instead of Dakota leather and leatherette. On the exterior, some color options have gone away. Long Beach blue is now no longer unavailable. Mineral gray is no longer available, but we have quarter mile blue and we have the brand new Thunder Night Metallic, which I thought was beautiful from BMW to introduce a new color exclusive to the 2 Series. I love the 2 Series because there's so many things exclusive to this car. You won't find this grille on another BMW. You won't find these headlights on another BMW. You won't find Thunder Night Metallic on another BMW. You can only get those on the G42 platform. Another thing as well is the door handles have changed. They give me E36 vibes. You have to pull up from the bottom in order to get into the door handle, and not like the normal from the top pull handle on all the other models. The only other car that shares those door handles is the new M440 Grand Coupe that got released, and the new i4 that is coming next year as well. So that's pretty much how I have to say about all the changes from the M240 from last generation to this generation. What we're going to do from now on is I'm going to hop behind the camera, give you guys an in-depth look at a close-up of the vehicle. I'm going to list off all these standard features, and then we'll get into the product ordering guides. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is all the standard features on this car. Mind you, this is a pretty well-equipped HEA II package on the 240, so there's not a lot of things on the exterior that are standard features, so when I go over them, I'm going to plug in images of what the standard version looks like. Okay, so the first thing would be the headlights. So these are not the standard headlights, so only plug in an image of the standard LED headlights. Coming down, you also have the high gloss black exterior content is not standard, so you would have cerium gray built into the bumper, you'd have cerium gray in the grille, although the grille insides are standard. So new for this M240 and unique across the BMW line, you have these turbine style kidney grills that will actually open in 10 different variants, depending on how much coolant the vehicle needs. One thing I like about this is when they are fully open, they will be traditional slats that look like this, which is pretty cool for BMW. They're going these new ways they grill, have to have this active air vents, but they still kept it a little bit traditional with the 240, which I actually appreciate. Coming down into the lower bumper, all this black content. You can see the contact patch there for where the active stop and go cruise control module will go. And then you have a standard front splitter. It is a rubber front splitter, which is kind of nice because, if you are going to clip it on a curb or anything like that, it's not carbon fiber, it's not going to break. Little rubber is going to absorb everything. But you have this new design of the M240 with the headlights. The only one in BMW's lineup that no longer has the twin halo setup, which has been on BMW since the 1990s of the E30. Basically, you have to go back all the way to the 2002 to find single headlights, and that's kind of where they got the inspiration for the front end. On the hood, you also have a power dome on there, which the last power dome we saw was on the F80 M3 and M4, and this one I find is way larger, comes out way farther, and it's way wider on the hood, which I think gives it a very dominating look at the front. I actually enjoy that. Another thing that is a standard feature would be the M mirror caps. Now standard are going to be the cerium gray, not the high gloss black, but you are getting the M winglet on the side here. Wheels on the side are going to have standard tire pressure monitoring system, but these are not the standard wheels. Also your brake calipers are going to be blue as standard, not black, and these are not the tires. I have put winter tires on my vehicle. These standard ones are going to be either the Pirelli P7 all-season tires would be the standard one on the standard wheels. You have an M logo on the side here as well. That's a standard feature in the cerium gray. So One thing I wish BMW did is when you get the high gloss black exterior content that this car has, the badges change, but you can do that for M Performance parts instead. And then you have the black side skirt, which I like. I wish there was an option where you could get it painted the same color as the body. A lot of people don't like the black unless it's a black car. Me personally, I love it. And then another thing is these new door handles, kind of E36 vibes. BMW's always had like a pull handle one, and now they're going back to the 90s, the E36. You can pull up. Comfort door access is not a standard feature, so I'll come back to that as well. High gloss black exterior content standard. The shark fin antenna on the back is the standard. Some things that you can't see are going to be your alarm system is standard, the all-wheel drive system with a limited slip differential in the rear end. On the M240i, you're getting the B58 engine plant with 382 horsepower as a standard. You have these redesigned taillights on the back, which is new, exclusive for the M240. It's the only one where the taillights kind of go up instead of down, so it's a little unique for the M240. The cerium gray badges, once again, I wish they changed with it, but those are the standard feature. And then at the back, you would have the cerium gray tailpipes with the black diffuser would all be standard with the vehicle. I like the aggression here for the reflector, and then these little dimples are going to be for your standard proximity sensor. So front and rear, you have proximity sensors on the vehicle. When parking, you also have the backup camera, which is right below the BMW logo. And then right here, let's open up the trunk. You do have to open up the trunk. It is not power tailgate standard. It is just a manual opening. And then that's what you're getting at. You get a storage on the left and the right sides with your back seat release levers right there. The snow scraper is not standard. You do have to purchase that as an accessory. The rear lip spoiler at the back is another standard feature. And then mostly everything else, oh, actually one of the things on the mirror, so standard you're going to be getting blind spot monitoring, auto dimming, and heated in the winter time. Another standard feature is you're going to have adaptive LED headlights, so their auto high beam switch is going to be on the inside. Some things that you can't see are going to be your pre-collision system and your lane keep assist with steering intervention. One more standard feature on the outside is going to be your remote engine. So this is what your key fob looks like for your M240i. If you triple click the lock button, 1, 2, 3, the vehicle will start up. You can see the remote engine activated, triple click, and it will disengage. So that's a beautiful standard feature which was previously unavailable on the last generation M240i. Now let's talk about standard features on the inside of the vehicle. This one is not the standard, does have the upgraded Tacora Vernasca leather. You can get this as a no-charge Sensitech option, which would be standard in black or red, or black or cognac, my apologies. Vernasca leather is a $1,500 upcharge. Then you have your door panel. I like how they have some nice triangle dimpling in there. Your seat button has now moved over to the door panel, and your central door lock has moved over here as well. Something standard is the ambient lighting. You can change the colors. I love it on the door panel here. And then your trunk release, speakers, some extra storage down here. Your aluminum M Sport pedals are a standard feature, as well as this M aluminum door sill. Now on your seat, lumbar support is not, as well as the side bolstering. Both of those are not standard features. And these are not the standard seats, so I'll just plug in what the standards are. You have your M Sport steering wheel is going to be a standard feature for the vehicle. Let's hop on the inside. Other standard features are going to be your heated steering wheel, your cruise control on the left, your sport paddle shifters, the sport steering behind the steering wheel, the sport suspension, all of your infotainment system. This is not the standard gauge cluster. It is part of the HEA package. So I'll plug in an image of what the standard one looks like versus this is the upgraded Live Cockpit Professional. Coming down, you do get a display screen, which is standard here, as well as your hazards and your quick setting and safety. Standard now with iDrive 7. I'm not going to go fully into iDrive 7. I'll leave a link at the top of the screen if you want to check that out. Just give you guys a little summary, media, communications, your nav. This is your main screen where you can set what you want to see. And then you can go all the way into your car settings and check everything out here. Driving information, driver profiles, settings of your vehicle. You can go through everything like your interior lighting. You can change that color between these options. Basically go through and do everything. So if you want to check that out, check out the link that I just put across the screen. Coming down, Let's see. Let's talk about some standard things. So you're going to get a USB port here, your 2 cup holders, 12-volt converter, and then this right here. Nice cover for your cup holders is nice. And then your transmission controller, unlock button on the side, back for drive, forward for reverse, P for park. And then your traction control, your proximity sensors for your front and rear cameras. Press that, and you can also see it on the infotainment screen. Your start engine stop button has moved down here from the last generation, and your sport, comfort, eco mode, and now auto H and electronic parking brake. So you no longer have that pull brake, and you have your parking brake with auto H feature, which is absolutely beautiful. Your iDrive controller or through touchscreen on the infotainment system is all standard. Auto dimming rear view mirror is a standard feature, as well as your interior lights. Let's take a look at the back seats. So you're gonna have a lever right here on the seats. Pull up. Your seats will automatically move forward there. Last gen, there's a small button to then move it forward. Now it does it automatically as soon as you go into that position. And then your rear seats, you have about the same room as the last gen. Load through system, so you can do a 60-40 split or a 20 in the center that comes down. It is only a 4-passenger. There's no center seatbelt and your child safety stuff. At the back, there is a USB-C port, 2 of them, and its own climate control back here as well. And then you also have another speaker, and the dimples carry back from the door pin. All right, the only last standard feature is the B58 engine. Oh, you also get these floor mats with the tricolor in there, which I absolutely love. Come around to the engine bay. Here it is. B58 engine with a 3-liter inline-6 single twin scroll turbo, pushing out 382 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds of torque with a limited slip differential in the rear. All-wheel drive at the front as well, standard feature. Main thing you need to know, washer fluid on your left side right here. Let me give you a sound clip of the B58 engine in the Sport Plus mode. All the standard features for you guys. Let's talk about the first package, which is your Premium Essential Package. All right, so let's talk about all the features in the Essential Package. The first thing is going to be the comfort door access system. So what that means is you can keep your key in your purse or your pocket, and if you want to lock it from the outside, you just press that, ribs, and it locks it there. As soon as you want to unlock the vehicle, push your hand inside the door handle, and it unlocks. Now there is a secondary function where you engage in the iDrive, and as soon as you walk away from the vehicle, it's going to automatically lock for you, just like that. And you can see I'll keep the key fob in the frame. And as soon as you walk towards the vehicle, it automatically unlocks. Boom. So that's comfort door access for the vehicle. That's going to be first thing in Premium Essential. The next thing is going to be the glass sunroof. So glass sunroof is part of the Premium Essential Package. It's larger than the last generation, and the sunshade on the inside is now fully electronic. There's no way to grab it. You just press the button and it powers forward. The next item is going to be lumbar support. So whether you have SansaTech or you have Vernasca leather, you're going to get the lumbar support. Once you go to Vernasca leather, then you get the side bolstering support, but only with the Vernasca leather. It does remove it on the passenger side, so you're only getting lumbar support on the driver's side right now due to current restrictions. And the next thing is the storage compartment package. So you get these extra nets on the back side of the seat, part of that storage compartment package. All right, so next let's talk about the Premium Enhanced Package. Premium Enhanced Package only includes 3 things. First thing on the front is going to be the Harman Kardon speakers. So you get Harman Kardon there, basically the upgraded speakers. I like how the Harman Kardon looks at the back as well. That's going to give you the better sound system part of the Premium Enhanced Package. The next thing is going to be the head-up display. So you can see it turning on here. It's hard for the camera to pick it up. You can see the speed. It'll do navigation, as well as like any radio stations or anything like that. So all that's going to be your head-up display. And the last thing the Premium Enhanced Package includes is the adaptive LED headlights. I have this nice gold into them that I really like, and these single beam. Now the next package is going to be the M Sport Pro package. So first thing you're going to get in this is the 893M style wheels. When you go with those wheels, the BMW also puts on the extra fender lip there as well. So the next thing is going to be the M technology package. So in that, instead of 18-inch brakes, you're going to go, or again, there's 17-inch brakes, you're going to go to 18-inch brakes. So it will maximize the 19-inch wheel and get bigger front brake discs. And then you get an extra engine oil cooler in the front to basically just help with cooling for track days. You can't really see the engine oil cooler even if it's in there. Next thing is the individual shadowline headlights. So it would take out the gold in the headlights and you'd have tinted darker headlights part of that package. The next thing would be the M seat belts on the inside. So you'd have tricolor stitching on the seat belts. So normal ones are just pure black, and then you get tricolor stitching for the seat belts with that. And then the last thing package would be the high gloss black exterior content. So starting in the back, you'd get the high gloss black tailpipes, exactly what I have on this vehicle. You get the mirror caps, and then you get the kidney grille and the front bumper content. So the triangles on the sides, they all go black with that. Now let's talk about some standalone options you can get with this vehicle. So first thing would be the wheels. They come standard with the all-season tires. You can get the same 792 wheels just with the performance tires. You can also get these 791 black wheels that would come with the performance tires as well. And you can also get 797 style wheels as individual standalone options. Next thing would be adaptive M suspension. I actually have that on this vehicle. It's a $600 option, and you get the upgraded adaptive suspension, and you get this little adaptive button right here as well once you have that suspension. The next thing is going to be the universal remote control, which is these three buttons right there to program in your garage door opener. The next standalone option is going to be the red M Sport brakes. So as you've seen here earlier, this is an optional feature with the red M Sport brakes. So you get the red calipers at the front and the red calipers at the back. Your next standalone option is going to be the shadowline headlights that I pointed out before, part of that package, or you can have them individual. So if you don't want the M Sport Pro package, you can still have the shadowline headlights. Next thing is going to be the glass sunroof. So say you just wanted a base 240, the only thing you wanted to add in for $1,500 is just the sunroof. You could do that. Next thing that's a standalone feature, which I really love, is the M highlighters. So they take this ambient door lighting and you get the tricolor BMW logos on the door panel, which I wish I had because they look phenomenal. Then the next thing as a standalone feature, it's kind of packaged in with the Vernasca leather. Once you go to Vernasca leather, you get the side bolstering support. And then the next standalone feature is the M seat belts. So once again, instead of that package, you can also get the M seat belts as a standalone option. The aluminum trim on the inside. So I forgot to mention, but it's actually, you'll get a black trim right here, a gloss black trim. This is the optional aluminum Tetragon trim that you can get. Next thing would be active stop and go cruise control. So you can get two extra buttons on the side here. The module radar sensor will go on the front, and it would proximity sense you cruise control to the person in front of you. Next thing is the parking assistant with the surround view camera. So you would get an extra camera on each mirror cap on either side and at the front of the vehicle, and you get the 360 parking camera and the self-parking feature with that system. Next thing would be adaptive LED headlights. So you can get this as a standalone option on the vehicle for $500 if you wanted a base trim or just essential plus the adaptive headlights. Next thing would be the Harman Kardon that I showed you guys earlier. That would be a standalone feature for $1,000, as well as the wireless charger on the inside would be a standalone feature. Right in here, I kind of skipped over it. There's a wireless charger in here. Just move this out of the way. And then when you have in combination the wireless charger and the comfort door access, you get the digital key card that you can use as well. Tap this on your door handle, it unlocks, put this on the wireless charger, and your car will start up. Second last thing is the Live Cockpit Professional. So this is the Live Cockpit Professional, not standard feature. It's a $1,000 individual option. And the last individual option is the high gloss black extended content. So once again, for the high gloss black extended content, you get the kidney grills, the front bumper content with the triangle, the mirror caps, and the tailpipes at the back. All right, now that you guys have gone over all of the ordering guides and everything, the only packages left that could be on the vehicle that you're interested in is the HEA package, the launch editions. This vehicle is actually a HEA Spec 2 package. HEA 1 and HEA 2 are almost identical. The only difference is HEA 1 comes with the cerium gray trim, and HEA 2 comes with the high gloss black trim and the 791 black wheels. Now, part of that package is you're gonna get the universal garage door opener, the remote control, comfort door access system, the glass sunroof, lumbar support, storage compartment package, head-up display, live cockpit professional, a wireless charger, and the Wi-Fi hotspot, and then, like I said, the different wheels and the different trim on the outside. All right, I've taken you guys through all the packages. The only thing left is to show you guys what those retail ordering guides are so you can see the exact numbers on them in case you guys want to place some orders. So go ahead and enjoy this content. All right, that is everything, absolutely everything you need to know about the 2022 BMW G42 platform M240i. Hope you guys enjoyed this content from me. If you guys did, please absolutely smash that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel for future BMW content. If you guys are interested in purchasing a 2022 M240, we have a few other ones in stock. We have a couple more HEA specs that are coming right now. So feel free to send me an email down below. If you want to place a factory order, just send me what your desired specs are for the vehicle. Be happy to send you a detailed quote. Don't forget, if you guys are interested in purchasing some BMW merchandise, check out shop.parkviewbmw.com and use Denver BMW for 15% off. Once again, I appreciate you guys for supporting my channel, viewing this video, making it all the way to the end. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.